Today is day 45 of my 75 spiritual challenge. And I just have to pause and thank God, okay? He has literally been reprogramming my heart. He has been pulling me back into alignment with what He has called me to do. And listen, He's called me to serve a specific person. And I am just grateful that He probed my heart and I finally said yes, because today, on top of all that, I got monetized on YouTube, and that is super exciting because that has been my goal from the beginning. And again, I know y'all have heard this before. I have done multiple channels, and so just really seeing it through on this channel is something that I am so grateful for. But I will tell you, that feeling of being in alignment and in God's plan tops the monetization. But I'm telling you, it just feels so good, right? And so in today's video, I specifically want to talk to the woman who knows that you are called for more, but you feel pulled in every area, every other direction. I want you to know that I see you and I am walking this journey too. And the truth is that alignment and peace will always outweigh any platform or any success and any paycheck. But since I know that these milestones matter to other people, and also is His word says that we need to keep track of our flock. And that automatically made me think of keeping track of my analytics. So I wanted to share some of the mistakes that I made along the way, that if you are on your own particular journey of monetization, that I don't want you to have to repeat, right? My first mistake was literally just being afraid to speak directly to you, the person that God told me to speak to. I worried so much about what other content creators would say, how they would judge me, and really that delayed, that wanting to please them in some kind of way, delayed my obedience to God. And once I decided that I'm no longer going to hold myself back, then I will tell you that everything started to fall into place. Mistake number 2, I avoided the pivot, right? I held on to the wrong audience for too long. The first people that I attracted were not really my people because I wasn't really speaking my language, and that is okay. So I would say, if you are on this journey, don't be afraid to pivot when you realize who God really sent you to. And that is one of the messages I'll scream from the mountaintop is you got to show up as you, because the people God assigned to you, assigned to the real version of you, not the version that you may show up as on social media, being afraid to walk in who you truly are, if that makes sense. Now, this third mistake is one of the things that I just didn't know, right? All of these, you don't know until you start walking it out, but it's one of the benefits of following behind someone else or getting insight from other people is I learned quickly that I did not schedule enough self-care for this whole content creation journey. I understood that, yes, as a leader, and I used to teach Bible study every single week. I'm also now in charge of a small group for entrepreneur Christian women. And I knew I had to be intentional in my personal life when I'm pouring out, but I didn't realize how much I needed to be much more intentional when I'm pouring out in social media, because the content that I post, I believe is from God. And when He uses me as a vessel, I have to understand that I'm giving you God, the God on the inside of me. And when I pour out, I have to remember to replenish. And I was just doing status quo replenishing. And I would find myself in these moments where I felt truly empty. And so knowing that, I realized I have to apply like that self-care that I did when I was doing so many things in person. I had to apply that to everyday life, because that is what I decided I'm going to be as far as a content creator. And so ultimately I had to learn to be even more intentional about restoring myself and making sure I am basking in the presence of God and getting practical rest. Mistake number 4. This is the shiny object syndrome. And my fourth mistake, I almost let the shiny object syndrome pull me off track. And I will say I'm super grateful for the accountability that I set up on the front end to let my people know that this is what I'm deciding. I'm going after this YouTube thing. Don't let me get sidetracked, because there were literally times it got mundane and I wanted to pivot or I wanted to start something new. But I had accountability. Thank the Lord I had accountability. of people that was like, listen, you said you was gonna do da 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 da, right? People that held me accountable to the assignment, and that made all the difference, because it was like in that moment, it was, and I think I shared this in one of my videos, is that the week before I wanted to switch, that very next week, I had so much traction online, right? And so it's just like, keep at it, stick with it, but make sure you got that accountability with you in order to make sure that you know that you stay on track. And this last one I'm gonna give you is just a bonus one. Don't underestimate, and this is so cliche, but don't underestimate the power of consistency when it feels boring. Specifically, those little bitty small daily obedient steps is really what got me here. Like, I'm not a person who blew up in 90 days or blew up in 8 months, or no, it literally took me a year and like some change, just under 13 months to meet both of the qualifications. And it wasn't this hype, it wasn't the feelings, but it was just a rhythm of showing up consistently, especially in the moments where you feel like giving up. Those are the times, right? And so, yes, I am super grateful. Day 45 of the 75 spiritual challenge. We got 30 days left, y'all. And I'm super grateful in this moment to be monetized today. But what I'm really celebrating above all things is that God brought me back into alignment with Him and with the people that I'm called to serve. And I want that same alignment and fulfillment more than any milestone, but also for you, because nothing will ever top that alignment and that fulfillment from God. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Okay. I'll catch you in the next one.